Hello.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show.
And welcome back to us.
Welcome to the quiet show. Where is everybody?
Or we welcome ourselves
We
back.
so missed everybody. We did. I had a great time. Things went well. The presentation went well that I did. I had 25 people in the room, and
People were very enthusiastic.
And I gave, 25 people in the room, and 21 of them asked for PDFs of my presentation. So that made me feel real good. So I think it went over pretty well. Happy to be back, though. It was a hectic week. Some great stuff, though, happening at that event, and we'll probably go back next year, right?
Yes. Bring your own machete.
And that is at Convocation 2024. There's a ginormous booklet of all the programs and all the speakers and things, how to get around. It's really well done. I'm writing a blog post about it. If you're on TFT's website, you will see a blog post shortly about this. It's in process. But hey, I'm not going to waste a lot of time because we have a birthday reading today.
That's right.
It's Carl, Fiber Magic's significant other husband. Carl's birthday. Happy birthday, Carl.
Carl.
We know you're not here. We know you're not here, but we are going to do a birthday reading for you right after we do our card for the collective.
All right, so
let
hang
me
in
get
there,
that
everyone.
together. Do you have an oracle?
No, I don't.
Well then.
No one usually wants me to read an oracle.
You couldn't be talking about me, I'm sure.
Well, you're not just no one.
Estrella's Dream Tarot sounds right up your alley.
Well, I do have a new oracle. I don't know if it's here. It's probably over on that other table. You know which one I have. Just got it. Just got it at Convocation. We got it from Even Star Chalice, who's a friend of ours or associate.
Well, happy Leap Day, everybody. I'm going to be using the Urban Crow Oracle by MJ Cullinane. I also have the Oracle of Portals here with me, if anybody would like a reading from that. And what else? What else? You can see my nice little sparkly crystal point on my light here that I got from the event. So nice. Changes colors. All right, Mr. O, let me cut them, and I'm going to let you pull a card for the collective.
Yes, so Convocation was an inspiring event. A lot of other tarot and divination workshops. Okay, it's
That looks
adventure.
familiar. Ooh, kind of fool-like, I'd say.
Yeah.
Let's see what MJ says about it, and then we'll see what I have to say about it. All right, this is from the expansion deck. The Urban Crow Tarot was expanded to like 60 cards from the 40 or so that it was. And adventure. Across the mountains, there's a new world outside the crow's community. It is the brave bird who can fly to great heights and distances to go across the mountains. Adventure brings a call to seize an opportunity. You may not know what is waiting for you on the other side, but that makes it so exciting. There is a thrill within this experience. There is a sense of risk that pushes adrenaline through the veins and gets your heart racing. You don't need to go a great distance to find adventure. You can find it in your backyard or neighborhood. A new romantic interest may be an adventure. Getting into your car, on your bike, or just walking while heading in a new direction with no plan in place can be an adventure. What makes an adventure is your attitude. I love that. I love that. While taking action. It is allowing for the unknowing with anticipation and curiosity. It is letting go of expectations and going with the flow. Adventure is your call to enjoy the experience from a place of wonder and excitement. You know, this is a great card. I mean, first off, it's very fool-like. We can see that. You know, go jump off the ledge, go see what's on the other side, be brave, be bold, take a chance. But this whole idea of it's up here. We can make an adventure out of anything, you know? And so why not make things in your life mini adventures? I just kind of feel that getting that card is like, you know, try to shake up your day by taking a look at everything you do is going to be different. Everything you do, the doors you walk in, it's going to be a different experience. You walk into work, you're going to go in with a different attitude.
It kind of coincides with the idea maybe of journaling, because when you're journaling, you're trying to find things to write about that make it seem like, you know, you are having cool experiences or things that are worthy to write about. All right.
Yeah, so that's what we have for the collective. We should move on to our birthday reading, but I just love that whole idea. MJ's decks are great. You know, I was going to use this deck for Carl, but do you have a deck you wanted to use for Carl?
Oh, I have any number of decks I could use.
Why don't you use it? Because I'm counting it. I had a little mishap getting my decks together for the show today, so I think I'll hold off on that one. I'll just finish counting while you're shuffling, maybe.
All right, so I
We're
have
both going to shuffle this one?
Yes,
Okay.
the English Magic Tarot.
Now, we do a birthday reading for our followers. They just have to let us know in advance. Carl and Fiber could not make it today, but they're going to listen to it on video. So we figured it was easier to do it today. They usually come to happy hour, but we're going to be really busy, I think, this happy hour. And Mr. O has to work after, so we decided to do it for them today.
So this is called the Birthday Gifts Spread, and it is the one that we do for people on their birthday. Ah, that's right. Thanks for reminding us, and thanks for keeping that calendar for us.
Aha.
Here we go.
Oh, wait.
And so the idea behind the spread is, of course, it shows you the various gifts that you get, whether they're from the past or from different forces or situations in your life, and what they do to, help you in the year ahead.
It's a reading I created a while back, and I had another birthday spread, and I still use it from time to time, but not on the show anymore. The birthday candle spread, or the birthday wish spread. The candle spread, birthday wish spread. It's been a while. But I kind of like this one better for the show and for everybody. It's a nice reading for your birthday year ahead.
I think you're right, Violet. We should just do that next Thursday for Shreya. Just do it right in the show like we're doing now for Carl. So, and hopefully we'll see Shreya during the week and we'll remind them.
They may be here Sunday.
All right, Carl, happy birthday. Card 1.
Card 1 for Carl. The gift that Carl received last year that you can use, Carl, to make the most out of this year ahead.
Well, we certainly hope this is a gift he can use. It's the Tower reversed. So, could it be that, something that was challenging to your ego or situations, something you thought was building up, didn't really work out very well, and something that you did not realize, a lesson you should have taken, probably lingered to the point where you were able to, sometime in the past, linger back on it and say, I really should have done that. I should have had a V8.
Well, Carl, I think the gift out of this whole thing, because remember, this is the gift you received last year that you can use to make the most out of this year. Something that, some crisis, some negative situation that occurred, that kind of rocked your world to some extent, or a part of your world. The lessons weren't taken in well enough. And so I think that, you might have fumbled a bit. You might, going forward, you might have repeated this again. So I really think what you're taking away from all of this is that, you don't want to repeat the same thing 3 times. You want to let it go now. And maybe, now is a time to reassess. I think the gift from last year is reassessing what went wrong and truly taking in that message that may have been lost on you last year.
Right. It seems to be like there's an opportunity to really examine what went wrong and maybe also confront the part of yourself that was maybe determined to follow through with this. Because as I said, sometimes ego and its rise and glory and its fall and not so glory do play into Tower moments. So good luck with that. We'll move on to card 2.
Card 2, Carl, is the gift of the present moment.
And it's something much better. It's the Hierophant upright. The gift of the present moment may be that you feel there is a true sense of order and plan in your life, that no matter what your personality is like or what kind of things you really enjoy in your life, you do like a certain sense of stability, and you maybe, it's not so much as conforming, but as maybe understanding that certain things should just happen in certain ways for the good of all.
Well, I like that message of stability here and kind of status quo, Carl. After maybe having some shakeups in the last year, now's a time for stability and now's a time for grounding. But also I see another message here for you. The gift of the present moment is, your strength and your spirituality. You might be feeling a heightened sense of spirituality at this time. You might be doing a little bit more study. You might be doing some teaching. Whatever the case may be, it seems as though spirituality is playing an important role in this present moment.
Card 3.
Card 3, the gift from your connection with others in this next year.
Okay, this might be challenging for us. It is Judgment reversed.
Okay. I think, well, I'll just start off by saying the gift from your connections with others may be that maybe that you might be shifting alliances this year. You might be making new friends. You might be transiting from one, group or situation to another. But I also see something else here again, too. It has to do with maybe the gift with your connection from others is maybe a little bit of tough love from others. Maybe others are going to be a little bit critical of you, and some of it may seem unfair, but it's going to make you think a lot. It's going to make you think a lot. Are they right? And maybe what it will do is actually reaffirm your belief in yourself. As you realize sometimes that people don't always have your best interests at heart when they make these judgments on you. Why are they doing it? Is there an ulterior motive? Is there a hidden agenda? It could be.
It does seem like it's kind of a critique and a tough love kind of approach. And I almost wonder if it's connected to the first card, the Tower reversed, maybe indicating that there was some kind of, I won't say it's an altercation, but maybe it was sort of a dialogue that led to maybe people agreeing to disagree to some degree. And so that gift could be tied up in the fact that maybe you now have a different underneath is the core of whatever love or respect you have for them. But the idea that to some degree you have to accept the fact that you're not totally calibrated or aligned with every aspect of each other's lives, your political feelings, for example, or your feelings about, social issues or things like that.
Card 4 is the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward with your dreams and goals.
Bam, I like this.
Bam.
King of Wands.
Gee, Carl.
Who knew?
I think you can rely on your own strengths. You can rely on your own courage. You have the leadership ability. It's really evident with this card. And you can truly draw the right people to you, I think that. And so as far as the judgmental people go, as we spoke about earlier, the tough love, if you're having problems and conflicts with others and working on shared goals and projects, you'll be able to draw the right people to you, I think. They'll be drawn by your enthusiasm, they'll be encouraged by your attitude, and your strength under pressure.
I got a funny feeling, Carl, that this card says this gift is you deciding to take on creating your own business.
Ooh.
We know you got, your licensing recently the last year or so, and you do have a lot of confidence
Nice.
and most likely, charm of your own too, ability to be charismatic. So I have a feeling that the gift that you have is about really wanting to be in charge of yourself. The King of Wands is self-made, charismatic, courageous, confident. And so I'm wondering if that's what that gift leads to, actually.
Card 5, the gift from your spirit guides or ancestors. What do they want you to know or keep in mind in the next year?
It's the reverse Three of Swords.
Wow.
Nice.
That you can recover, that you can heal. Your spirit guides and ancestors want you to know that, hey, what happened last year, Tower, stays in last year. No. It's like what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. I think what they're trying to say is that, you're capable of recovering, recouping, from whatever this was. You have learned the lessons well, and you really should have no regrets. I really feel your ancestors are saying, let go of any regret you may have over missteps in the previous year. This is a clean slate for you.
Well, I almost wonder if because it comes from ancestors or spirit guides, that it represents either what you possibly know about your own past lives or about your own sense of a spiritual mission that you may have from either your teachings or trainings or things like that. And that this is saying really wherever in that spiritual life of the past or how it informs your present, Carl, it may be you'll realize that where you have felt separated from those things has been resolved, and that any connections you felt were too distant, they're now repairing. And these could be things that you feel from specific ancestors, or maybe people in your past who've recently parted. You maybe have a firmer idea of what connects you beyond the veil.
Last but not least, the final card is: the gift this year will ultimately give to you. What lessons have you learned? What progress or growth will you have achieved by year's end?
And it's the reversed Page of Cups. So naturally, it's a challenge. Possibly the gift, the overall gift, right?
Yeah.
The gift this ultimately leaves. You'll have to understand that, there's an emotionality that maybe has room for variation, and that some things, you will feel have really lifted you in your heart. Other things may still give you pause for reflection on whether or not there is a meaning to some things that still may have you feeling a little bit of remorse or sadness for ventures that didn't happen, or things that didn't work out exactly the way you want. So it's maybe that sort of mystical feeling there, because the Page of Cups is sort of a mystical poet. Even when reversed, he may be able to muse a little bit, brood a little bit on what life has to offer. I know it sounds downbeat. I'm sorry.
Well, it is a little downbeat, but not completely. The gift is you will realize what, that some things that maybe you were enthusiastic about didn't bring you the joy that you had anticipated. So ultimately, the lesson and, the growth you've achieved by year's end is recognizing where you need to put your talents, your abilities, your skills, or, your pastimes, whatever the case may be, where you need to put your energy to bring you joy. I think that's the lesson, is you will be learning how to find joy in what you do. And if you're not finding, and like I said, some things that you thought would bring you joy just may not turn out. But ultimately, it will lead you closer to finding what it is that will bring you joy. And, besides that, I know the Page of Cups has a lot of various meanings. I would just say that this year, this is a time when you need to work on, I think the ultimate gift is spending more time working on your intuition. Things may be a little bit cloudy for you in this year. And so I feel here it's a real gift to take the time to work and play with our intuition.
And you are a water sign, so I think some of the Cups court cards do relate well to Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So I sort of agree with that idea that, you can always work on understanding, yourself through intuition and meditation.
Well, Carl, it seems like a mixed bag of a year. There's definitely a little bit of maybe some down stuff here, but I would say that spirituality, your goals, your visions for your goals and dreams are going to work out well. Some of your relationships with others may shift and change, and there may be some some criticisms that you either have to take to heart or realize people are jealous, maybe, is the potential I see here. So
all right,
that's what
Carl.
we have for you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thanks
Happy
for
birthday.
everything you guys do for us.
And I hope you have a great year ahead. Good luck with that.
All
We're
right.
on V. Hi, V.
Hi, V.
Hey, I know that sometimes people don't want to post their questions till they get here, and that's fine so long as you're here. But we are going to make a tried and true rule that if you're not, then we will pass you by and will not add you back on the list. So I understand sometimes things are private or you want to keep it.
Well, V said she was working too, so.
Right. And right, there may be other reasons, but if you give them to Violet in advance, it is the best way to make sure you get a reading.
All right, and here's our
Right.
question. What will my Leo's next move towards me?
My deck.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to use the Tinseltown Tarot.
Okay, you're welcome. Mr. O's a little thirsty, probably wants to go refill his...
We're having a very light list today. You know, and that won't always be the case. So that's why, you know, we try to get the questions all together. Just makes life easier. You're yawning, you say?
No, I said I was thirsty.
Well, you're thirsty. Well, that's why I brought myself a big glass of water.
I did too, but I drank it all.
Oh, okay. Well, this is my second, actually. I had one right before.
I will be going towards my second.
All right. Let's see what's going on with the Leo's next move. All right. Wow, we have the Six of Wands upright. We have the Wheel of Fortune, but it's reversed. And we have the Three of Pentacles reversed. And I hope it went well. These are a little bit of a mixed bag cards. Okay, you got the lilies. Oh, and the bouquet. That's a combo.
Yeah, I'll see.
Well, gee, V, it looks like some interesting stuff here, I think. With the Three of Pentacles reversed, well, I don't know if I want to start there. I want to start maybe with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. You're asking about their next move. Well, I would say that their next move might be a little bit bumbling. Maybe they're going to say something they shouldn't say. Maybe they're going to try to do something and the timing is not right, or ask for something and the timing is not right. I don't know if this will cause any problems between the two of you, but I do think that, you know, you got to work it out. You know, you got the Three of Pentacles here reversed, which indicates to me that whatever this little misstep is that the Leo might make, you're going to have to try to find a way to work it out, because it just seems like maybe it's something that's said that realizes you both are not agreeing on something, you know, and you have to find the way to pull it back together again. Ultimately, though, when I look at, you know, these cards, because the Six of Wands is here, and I feel that it is about his next move. I'm getting another picture here. All right, it is what I've said, but I kind of wonder here if it's because he may want to make a move now that might appear to be too fast. Did you guys talk about any, just curious, V, did you guys talk about any long-term kind of relationship goals here when you were together?
I'm wondering if some of this is about how he feels like the overall idea of the relationship fits into his image. Because there's the Six of Wands there. And so it's sort of like maybe he's thinking about whether or not that recognition of that is something he wants or not. Because when I see the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I may be wondering if he thinks that would be, you know, disfavorable, or he would feel unlucky for some reason. And the only reason I really ask is, for some reason with the Three of Pentacles there, I wonder if to some degree as a pro athlete he is managed. You know, he has a handler, he has a manager, he has people who try to steer him or influence him in certain ways, and so they may wonder about that image thing, the Six of Wands, you know. So, and I don't know, you know, like I'm thinking if it's celebrityism, you know, sometimes image is important, you know, to somebody that maybe is rising in a certain way.
I really didn't tackle that Six of Wands well enough. And, now that I think about it, since this is about his next move, I feel here he feels like he's in a good position right now. That he feels, because this is about you, that he feels recognized by you. He feels like, you support him, which I think is good. He feels supported, and he feels like he's in a really good position right now. But, he may have made a misstep here, and I'm seeing what you're saying. He just wants me to move, not to move in. Okay. Well, at any rate, I get the feeling that he made a misstep here, and it's something he knows that, could kind of cause some problems between you. I do feel like this is a card where you're just not working together in harmony. You're not on the same page with something. And I almost feel, though, like he feels, this is, remember, his next move, that in time, there'll be more pleasure and joy that he can bring to you. But that this is not the right time right now. And maybe it's because what you say, because he still is, I don't want to say playing the field, but he might be fooling around a little bit on the road, or he might be just wanting that carefreeness for a while, What do you think about those two together there?
Well, I think the Lenormand suggests to me that in a way he feels like, his growing up is, or maturing, into the relationship or deepening into the relationship is a gift to you of sorts. And that, maybe he feels he's offering you things that will cement that. But I still sort of feel like there's a vacillation, especially with some of the things you say, like, yeah, and I see that last one too, that, he doesn't exactly want to settle in. And I still wonder if maybe he has other people who advise him about, what things look like, from a perspective there.
And I can say that he feels long term that you could bring him joy, but I think that either he's just he's not willing to turn the table on this yet. This is about timing to the wheel. He just doesn't think this is the right time to get serious, to really work more closely with you. That's almost what I feel here. But I will say this, he does appreciate your support. Kind of an interesting reading. Yeah. Well, good luck with that. All right. What's up? Oh, Sunny is here. Hi, Sunny.
Okay, so you're welcome. I know, Kara did it.
All right, who's up? Let's see.
Libra, I believe.
I believe it's Libra.
Uh-huh.
All right.
What's coming towards me?
Oh,
Great.
Sunny. Oh.
And for Libra's question, I'm going to use the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot.
Well, we did get a couple decks at Convocation, and one of them I have set aside for now, the Urban Tarot. But the other thing I got was this deck called Witch, with periods in between each letter. It's woman in total control of herself. It's an interesting oracle, so I might be using that sometime in the future. And I was thinking of maybe bringing it out for Women's History Month, so it'll probably make an appearance or two.
Okay, so Libras, what's coming towards me? And our first card is the reversed Four of Wands. So what is coming towards you could be some matters about the home or about a situation that sort of creates a foundation. So it could be about a relationship, or it could be about people you care about in certain ways, something you're building, a project you're building. It's not especially bad, but maybe it comes to you as maybe an offer to get involved with this project, or to, you know, commit to repairing something, maybe a friendship or a situation, stabilizing something. You know, the Four of Wands, either reversed or upright, can talk about maybe, you know, things that need to kind of be squared and strengthened in certain respects. So this could be an opportunity to strengthen something that needs that.
Note to self: don't hug Sunny during shedding season.
Okay.
Ooh. Sorry, I got hair all over my face.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Four of Wands reversed. So what's coming towards you is firming up your foundation in some area, tending to the little finer details of something. There may be something you need to take a closer look at, Libra, in order to make sure, you know, that success will happen or the things will turn out the way you expect they are. If this is looking, you know, more closely at your relationship with others or a significant other, that could be. I won't rule out that it has something to do with the house. It's possible. This is a time for spring cleaning and taking care of little things in the house like taxes. Anyway, why is that important?
Why is it important? And it's the Three of Swords upright. And of course, this could mean that maybe there's somebody who is having a hard emotional time. Maybe there's a significant heartache or disagreement with somebody in this situation, that somebody feels they need to leave, or that they feel their feelings are alienated, or it could be a question of whether or not they feel love anymore, if they feel they are separated from strong feeling this way.
I'm going to go a little bit differently with this position because, okay, the first card was what is coming towards you. Second card is why is this important? I think that the first card, excuse me, gosh, this hair, is important because of the first card. This is important as if you don't tend to something, if you don't look more closely at some situation or some relationship or whatever, there could be sorrow or heartache ahead. There could be something that blows up into something that you don't want to see happen. There could be disappointment. So, you know, it doesn't always have to be romantic. It could be a business matter. It could be something, you know, with your finances that blows up and you're very disappointed and sorrowful after. So just look for things, you know, scrutinize things with a little bit more depth. The Four of Wands is never really a bad card, but it is saying take a closer look at something, look at the finer points.
Well, it's qualified by that following card, and I almost feel like there's something that's semi-biblical here, like a house divided. You know, so this could be talking about the fact that maybe, you know, there are things to take care of here to prevent a division.
So where is this leading?
And it's the Devil reversed.
Oh.
Which is kind of interesting.
Well, so where this is leading is if you know, it could be one of two things here. it could be that you will feel much freer, liberated. You'll feel like you're unchained now from something that could have been disastrous, but you turned it around, so now you feel freer and liberated. Or it could mean, if you're not looking at those details, if you're not paying attention to people's needs or whatever the case may be, and sorrows ensue, it could be that somebody is walking away from your life, or you are moving away from something in your life.
Well, sometimes Banshee thinks, and maybe sometimes I think I toss this word around too much, but it almost looks like the end of or coming to terms with a codependent relationship, and maybe finally saying, I'm done with being abused, or I'm done with, somebody talking smack on me, or somebody gaslighting me all the time. I'm done with feeling like I owe something that I don't feel I should owe. I'm ending this. I'm walking away from something that's oppressive.
Or maybe a codependent job?
That too. Oh, so maybe it could be about work. I don't know. There's the fish. And there's the fox. So those are both indications that this could be related to your career, your livelihood.
Is there any issues you have with coworkers or, a coworker? But, the fish is here and that makes me think it could be more than one person. I just wonder, because the fox not only can be about employment, it can be about your co-workers. So I can't help but wonder if this is like a workplace thing that's going on, or if this is some squabble you're having over money, something with a business matter, something you paid for and you're unhappy with the product and you're trying to get it turned around. I'm not going to rule this out, because some of the signs of that is there, that you need to look at the finer print before you sign on to a loan or an agreement or purchase something, and make sure what you're purchasing is exactly what you get. Otherwise, there's going to be sorrow or potential problems that you'll have to work through, and either you'll be able to come out of it okay, or depending on the circumstances, you won't.
In some ways, it's even more likely that we have codependent relationships in our workplace, because sometimes we have to make concessions to ourselves or others in order to get along, and without necessarily bringing a boss or some supervisor into it. So it is interesting. So watch out for yourself, and try to get along as best as possible. But obviously, sometimes things do call for somebody else to oversee it.
Libra, the only other thing I could say here is that I could also see, if you're concerned about a significant other possibly cheating. I usually don't go here, but I'll just say, when I saw the fox and the fish as another possibility, that somebody could be cheating or trying to just maybe over socialize, and maybe that's what's causing some of the sorrow as well. Whatever resonates, take it, and be careful. Look at what's going on here. Okay.
All right, so we are on Zen, and
hello Zen.
Hi, Zen. And Zen would like a general reading, and I see Valerie's here. Hi, Valerie.
Hi, Valerie. Hey.
Oh, of course, we would love a donation.
Aww. You can definitely get a read. We don't have a very long list, Valerie, so you won't be too far down. We are on Zen right now.
Yeah, we have a PayPal for donations that may pop up in a moment.
All right. Let me add Valerie. And we are on Zen. Zen, I'm going to use the beautiful MJ Culinane's Raven's Dream Tarot. All right. And Sunny is not going to give me shuffle space. So, let's move things down a little bit here. And it's a general read. Okay.
And I just posted our link to PayPal. So anyone who would like to give us a donation, feel free to use that. And we appreciate that too. Thank you very much. All right. So you're welcome, Zen. Thank you.
All right. Oh, this deck is so nice to shuffle. They're a little wide for me, the cards, but... Just another beautiful deck by MJ. All right. Okay, we start with the Nine of Pentacles reversed. We got the Hanged Man upright. There's the Seven of Wands reversed. Let's see what we have for you, Zen. What do you
In the
got?
Lenormand, it's a bear.
Good.
And the ship.
Wow, this is pretty wild. I think you've got some thinking to do, Zen, in the week ahead. I don't know if this is about your career or just financials in your life in general, but right now you may be feeling as though, I don't want to say you're underwater, or that just maybe you feel your conditions are not that advantageous right now. When you look at the Seven of Wands reversed here and the Nine of Pentacles reversed, which I don't think the Nine of Pentacles is such a bad card, but I do think what it's saying when they're combined together is that you're not satisfied with certain conditions in your life. So it could be job, career, or financials. I mean, it could be something else. It could also be the place you live as a possibility. And you really need to do some thinking and get some perspective here as to what you need to do to remedy this situation and make it right. I look here and I see the ship, which is about movement. It's saying making a move of some sort, whether it's a physical move to a different location, a move to a different job, a move to a different relationship, would really empower you at this time. Staying still or staying where you are, you're feeling a little bit unfulfilled.
You're not only unfulfilled, you're also feeling like maybe you're not really prepared for what you want to do. This combination of the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands sort of feels like maybe you're looking at yourself and you're saying, maybe I invested in the wrong things for myself. Maybe I didn't plan the way my life was ended up going. Maybe I planned for something else different to happen, and I lost track of that in some respect. But these other cards do suggest that there's an energy and a will to change, to move towards your empowerment. And I think that Hangman there is sort of a sense of the realization that it's going to take some sacrifices on your part, that you may have to really make some significant changes. Maybe you'll have to give up certain things that you've gotten very used to, which is also a sense of those outer cards too.
Yeah.
The kind of things that we feel are stable in our life. Maybe you feel like those are not really serving you well. Do you have time and the will to make those changes? I think you can.
Wow, that's what we have for you. I hope that did resonate. Okay. Good luck with that.
Thank you, Valerie. I'm going to look for that in a moment. I appreciate that.
All right. We are on Lena. And Valerie, you are just 1, 2, 3, 4 readings away after Lena. It will
Yay, thanks, Valerie. We have your donation. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. That didn't go through the thing?
No, it was just our regular one directly to the PayPal.
Okay. Lena asked a question. A general reading for March, please. So, just quick general.
Okay, so we are done with Zen?
Yep.
All right. So thanks, Zen. I hope that was helpful. I had a real strong feel from that myself, so I hope that does make sense to you.
Oh,
Sorry.
thank you.
Thanks, Violet. And what was Lena wanting again? There it is, my
Put the
question.
cards
General
away.
reading for March.
Okay.
Please. Okay, so for Lena's question, I will use the Uncommon Tarot.
She just wanted a general reading for March.
Right.
That's
We love us some Violet. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you, Violet, for keeping it together for us. You're welcome, Zen. I hope it was helpful. I had some really good feels there, and I think, you know, there's some definite ideas there for you that I hope will work out.
hey. Do you like the way he's literally on the edge of my table, so there's no way I can shuffle?
No, I don't. Okay, Lena. You have the reverse King of Cups.
Yep.
You have the upright Two of Cups. And then you have the upright Six of Cups. So this is kind of interesting. I almost get the feel like
What's
somebody,
the first one again? King of Cups?
yeah, the reverse King of
Got
Cups. That somebody from your past who maybe you had a relationship with them, or maybe there was a fondness for them. I wonder if maybe you'll see them again. But I'm also wondering too if like maybe it either wasn't the best matchup with you and them, like maybe there were some things that you liked about them, but maybe you did feel that they weren't necessarily the one you want to be with, but maybe things have changed a little bit, or maybe there is a feeling, you know, that if they were a little different, you might have really, you know, came together. It's hard to say. It could be saying that this is something more about nostalgia, but maybe what this is saying is that in March, your feelings will move towards romantic feelings possibly, and you will be looking at people as whether or not, you know, they bring something out of you, and maybe you're looking for something that really came from a past relationship that you felt reached, you know, that point.
Here, did you put those out there?
I can. So there's the snake, okay, who somehow ends up over by that King of Cups, and there's the tower, which ends up over on this end. All right, and it's on you then, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting here. This is a general reading for March, so it looks like love could be in the air. It's almost as if you may meet somebody who brings back, like, memories, you know, fond memories, maybe a sense of sentimentality, a sense of a different kind of love. I almost wonder here if maybe this isn't a friendship, that this is more a friendship than a lover. Maybe it's, you know, now that I'm looking at it with the Six of Cups here and the Two of Cups, I'm feeling there's a friendship here, and that either somebody is coming back from your past. This doesn't have to be a male. It could be a female. Like I said, the King of Cups is here to say that maybe even though, you know, you shared a lot of good times together in the past, there may be some problems. There may be some problems with this person now. They don't seem to be very truthful about things, and I think that they're going to make you feel depressed when they come back. Maybe they're maybe they're changing a story, or something about the two of you. There's something deceptive here, and I'm not sure what it is. Maybe they need something from you and they're only back for that reason. I'm beginning to wonder here. But I feel that it could be somebody from the past, or it's somebody new who's just going to make you feel sentimental about, more sentimental and maybe in a sense more gullible. Because I feel here the snake is about betrayal. And it's going to make you really, how do I want to say this? It's going to make you really kind of put up some boundaries here. I think you really need to think about what this person is bringing here and just say, wait a minute, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have anything to do with that. Whatever the case may be, you may have to set some limits and boundaries with somebody. Maybe somebody wants to borrow something from you. Maybe somebody wants to take advantage of you in some way. Say no.
I have a really odd feeling about this because, of
this
course,
is a real odd reading.
The Tower
too.
card, I almost wonder, I'm just going to be blunt and say, is this a person that maybe you were married to or almost married to?
Well,
or some sort of connection that was institutional and that really, although you may have loved them, maybe ultimately they turned out to be a cruel person or an unkind person. Yet
I
there
know
still
you do
is
have
this...
that ex, and I don't think you guys have been communicating, am I right? So I think here maybe that they might resurface, or maybe somebody is going to bring news about them and it's going to be, bringing back memories.
Hi,
and
Anthony.
Not all necessarily happy ones. Anthony, good to see you. What do you think of that?
I like that idea. And I don't know, like I said, I don't remember what the connection was with Lena's ex, if they were married or...
Oh, yeah. Remember inheritance and, not inheritance, but settlement?
That's right.
I don't know that anything's going to come of that, Lena, but I do think something may come of hearing about, I think, your ex. I'm beginning to think that's what it is.
I'm wondering about that.
Yeah. You'll have to keep us posted, Lena, and let us know.
Yeah, we're doing it right now, Lena, actually, since you mentioned it there, yeah. So check it out.
It's kind of a weird reading, Lena.
It is.
But I do think somebody's coming back into your life, and it's not necessarily a good thing. You got to watch your back. They want something. So, anyway, go ahead and rewind and see what you think of it. Good luck with that.
All right, so Sherry is up. Hi, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry. I'll take those.
And it's a general for March. And Anthony wants a general too.
I need to drink some water. Okay, Violet.
By the way, everybody, for relationship questions, I am doing my outlook on the emotional exchanges tomorrow. I'm doing a flashback Friday in that I'm using the decks that I first used when I first started the emotional exchanges. So I'm using the Word of the Week from the Egyptos Care Tarot, and then I do the 3 cards for the elemental signs with the Ancient Egypt Tarot by Clyde Barrett.
All right, so what's Sherry's question?
It's a general
All right,
for March.
got it. Sherry. General reading. Ooh, I think I'm still recovering from the conference. We had so many late days and on our feet a lot. It was exhausting but fun.
Well, we commuted day by day, so there was travel time and everything.
We came back one day in Fogapalooza. The fog was so thick you couldn't see anything.
Don't worry, Valerie. We have your question and we will get you. Yeah, we had a lot of fun, Anthony. And we ran into a lot of people we know, so that was great.
All right, the Page of Cups is here.
Hi, Divine.
Hey, Divine, I'll get you on the list.
All right, so the Page of Cups.
Okay, sorry. At general reading, that's right. Justice reversed. This is the Mystic Gnome Tarot and Emperor reversed. Hey, what's with these cards today?
Thank you, Valerie.
General reading. What do you got?
The Garden. And the Broom and Whip.
Sounds to me like there might be a couple of things going on here. I don't know if you're planning on, this is the time of year, Sherry, when people are going to weddings or different events. I don't know if you're planning on going to some big event or gathering, but it looks like there may be an invitation. That's the Page of Cups here. It could be an invitation on a date. I won't rule that out. That, is taking you somewhere socially. It seems like it's going to happen pretty suddenly, like come out of the blue. So you weren't maybe expecting this or planning on this. So I don't know if it's like a wedding or a graduation or anything like that, because usually those are more planned. But somebody may invite you to a bigger gathering or outing of some sort here. I do feel that is just going to happen. And, with general readings, sometimes I see more than one thing going on. And so I'm going to say that something else that might be happening, and this was for March, was it?
Yes.
Right? So for March is that you need to focus. You need to focus more either in some area of your life, whether it's in your home, whether it's with your career, your jobs, whether it's with, say, finances and your taxes. This is saying some balance is required here. And really, you gotta, like, for example, if it's taxes, you gotta make sure you have everything together, because justice is reversed and you don't want to be called out on anything. And I think with the Emperor here reversed, this is saying you're a little bit scattered right now, and maybe if you, whether this is with your career or in other areas, maybe if you need some help from somebody or some support, you should seek it out.
It feels like there is some sort of scrutiny going on here. I'm going right to that Justice and the Emperor too. And I get the feeling like maybe there is something minor happening that feels like a legal thing happening. It could be minor in the sense that maybe it's just about resolving a ticket or an issue of some sort. It could be bigger. I'm not sure. I think that the other things going on are separate issues, like Banshee feels like something is, thanks, Sunny, is going on in people, social things going on there. You may find, like Banshee indicates, that a quick event is being planned, and maybe I almost get the feeling like maybe somebody is showing up that doesn't normally show up, and everybody wants to get together and have this get together with that person, something like that. Maybe part of that is the way the Page of Cups makes me feel too. It's sort of like a warmth happening there.
There's good news or joy coming,
Right.
An invitation.
But at the same time, there's just this idea that you may have a minor legal matter to attend to, or there may be something about maybe your position having to maybe take some knocks. Like maybe if you work at an office, maybe your cubicle is being moved, or maybe your reporting relationship is being changed. I get a feeling of something like that too, and you don't exactly like it. It may be putting you at a slight disadvantage.
That's a lot of maybes, you bet.
I know. I'm sorry, Sherry.
But I would say this too about Justice and the Emperor. The Emperor and Justice together might just be saying that you just need to pull it together in some area of your life right now. If something, is out of whack here, you're not in control of something. And letting it go or letting things build up might not be a good idea. So try to strive for balance. Another thing I would suggest to you, Justice reversed can be about the decisions that you make. This month in March, make sure you're in the right headspace in order to make a decision. Because if you just make one without thinking it through haphazardly, it could cost you. So, wow, got a lot there. Good luck with that.
All right, Sherry.
Diksha, you are up, and then we have Kara and Valerie. So we're getting there.
All right, and Diksha asked my future spouse's traits and when will I get married. You're welcome, Sherry. I hope that was helpful. It was a little scattered there.
Okay, so future spouse's traits and when. I'm working on a new system for when, but I haven't totally firmed it up yet. I kind of introduced it at my court card presentation at Convocation, and I gave people an outline for it, but I'm not comfortable totally using it yet. And the only reason I gave them one is I told them they could, create their own out of mine if necessary. Are you eating candy? You should bring it out then. So I'm still going to use my timing cards. I'm looking for them right now. And is it my tarot deck or yours? I think it's yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, nice spot for them. Okay. We still have the Valentine's candy corn.
Which has a slight cherry flavor to it, doesn't it? I think it does.
It doesn't say it has any, flavor other than candy corn flavor.
For Diksha's reading, I'm gonna acidic. Use the can't talk.
Did you drink all your water again? Holy moly!
I did.
Wow.
The Deviant Moon Tarot.
Now, what's the question?
What are the future spouse's traits like, and when will they get married?
Well, so did we want to try the reading where you look for cards?
Okay. So how do I do that?
Well, I think what we start is with the person, right?
Right, we look for the court card, right?
Correct.
All right. So I'm doing that. Okay. And I got one.
Not for you. What is it?
Reversed Page of Pentacles.
Okay. All right. So this person could be someone who's a slow learner in a way. Now, we could take that in a number of different directions, Diksha, in that it could be somebody who is slow to catch on to things, So you might be sending signals to a person and they just aren't getting it, okay? So maybe you have to be very to the point and kind of explanatory about things to them. It's not that they're dumb, they're just a little bit slow. And I feel here that they could be an earth sign. They tend to do everything slow. And as a matter of fact, it seems as though they might be a little bit slow getting their foot in the door in a what I would like to say is a life career.
I get a melancholy, brooding kind of feeling about them. A lot of times the Page of Pentacles, when they're upright, they're sort of a dreamy, abstract quality. They're sort of scholarly. And so when it's reversed, I get the feeling like some of that's still there, but they sort of are motivated maybe by sadness or broodiness. Like they contemplate life in a way that maybe doesn't always look at the bright side of life.
There you go.
It's not that they're a totally depressive personality, but maybe they just need somebody to bring out better qualities in them, or they're just maybe somebody that we would say is overly serious.
That's what I was just going to say. Really what it is they are a bit serious. They take life seriously. So, if you're the opposite kind of person, that can work. That can actually work. But also, if you share those qualities and you're very serious about things, you're very, slow in doing things, you would get along as well. I think that this person might just need a little bit more maturing. They may grow out of some of this stuff. It's not that they may be a little bit younger than you. I will also add that.
Okay, so the next card I'm looking for is a Major Arcana?
Well, no, it's not the Major Arcana. It's basically... Oh, well, I guess it is a Major Arcana.
And then
go ahead.
Describes
yes,
what?
It is. Well, it's like a theme of the relationship. It might be some underlying...
Okay.
What is that?
The World.
Wow.
So it looks like you got the World, and this is the theme of the relationship. And this theme sounds like there's a sense of really working on a lot of goals or projects to mutual satisfaction, that what you may find that even for a very serious personality, there may be a lot of kind of aspirations, and maybe some of these line up with your own goals too, like for example, maybe if you both want to concentrate on having a large family, or maybe if you want to concentrate on having a certain kind of business, you may find you're more unified in your goals or aspirations and not. Also with the idea that maybe you really do want to seek, being the best possible relationship or experience in the relationship.
And hey, you're welcome, Sherry. I don't know. You've got the World here as the theme. It almost seems to me that this is saying that, Diksha, that this person and you could wind up together, in a long-term marriage, just by looking at that card. But I like what Mr. O said here is that you do know how to, you'll be spending a lot of, how do I want to say this? I'm really stammering for words today, and I don't know why. You are able to work together on shared goals and see them through. So that's the one advantage of being with somebody who operates kind of slowly and methodically and takes life seriously. They're willing to work on, goals and see them through the end. You may have to push them a little bit, I will say that, but again, I almost feel like this is a quality, the slowness that they may grow out of in time. All right, so let's see what the final card is, and it's just a regular.
Okay. And how do we, it's the Knight of Pentacles.
I want a
King.
1 to 10 card.
What?
I want a 1 to 10 card.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's the reversed Four of Swords.
Oh, wow. So basically, I feel here that this relationship is going to be full of energy. Yes, it's really funny because...
Healing, too.
Healing. Oh, it's like you make each other feel better. Let's put it that way, that you make each other feel good. And that's very positive. It's almost as if, for this person being so slow, I think you're going to make them, feel like a different person. I have a feeling that they are going to transit and you both are going to be working at high energy together. This relationship is going to be supercharged.
It's like you each bring each other back to life in a way. You bring out something that just kind of fires,
And it might be that maybe you two are going to be kind of opposite energies, Now, I don't know what your zodiac sign is, but this is a very earth-oriented person. So if you're somebody who has, air energy or fire energy, you're going to bring something different into this relationship.
It's a chemical reaction.
It's chemistry. Now we got the clouds here, which is interesting, with the ring.
Awesome.
Is it?
Nice.
Why do you say that?
Well, it seems like, committed to being confused.
There you go. The clouds adds a little bit of uncertainty to this whole picture here, which is why we'll get the timing cards out. I almost think, when is this person going to commit is the question. Once you meet them, I have a feeling this could be a rather lengthy courtship. Maybe that's what the slowness is about here. This person is taking it really slow. And so it might be a long courtship, and you're just going to feel the sense of uncertainty. Are we going to marry? Are we not? But I feel with the world here, ultimately, you will.
So, Diksha, you indicate, I guess, that you are the Sagittarius. And, of course, we think this person could be an earth sign, which that would truly be sort of an opposites as we're talking
Scorched
about.
earth, are you saying?
But Banshee and I are opposites, too.
Yes.
She's fire and I'm water, so that's another set of opposites. And so it's not to say that it can't work. It just maybe presents more challenges or interesting. A lot of this really looks good, though, and I think Banshee's on the money here, that maybe this is just something that really kind of progresses, maybe at a slower pace, but it's really measured in a growthful way, too, that it really sort of builds successively in a way. Sometimes opposites attract.
All right, let's look at the timing. Now, I take these timing cards with a little bit of a grain of salt. And like I said, I'm trying to work on a method with the tarot that I am creating. I just want to work with it a little more before I introduce that. When's your birthday, Diksha?
Well, she's Sagittarius, so it would be somewhere from
that's right.
November 22nd or so to Christmas time. Okay, and it says within 2 weeks. Well, we think that's probably
a little soon,
but it says someone time around your birthday, so it could be between 2 weeks and your birthday or approximately in that time. 20th of December. Yeah, that's Sagittarius, all right.
My guess would be it would happen towards the end of the year. I feel here, just looking at some of the cards, along with these two, with the uncertainty card there, the clouds, and the Page of Pentacles, that you may meet this person, but it may not develop right away into a romance. It may take a little bit more time than that. And I feel that you're going to meet them probably between the fall and the end of the year.
Nice.
So I'm hoping that's what happens. I wish you luck with that. And hey, if it happens sooner, more power to you. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Kara, you are up, and then Valerie. Hey, Kara. Hope you've been doing well.
Looks like Divine is moving within a few weeks.
Wow, good deal.
Wow. Well, of course, good luck. You're welcome, Diksha.
How does my spring and summer look like this year? Okay.
And we were not here for happy hour last week, but we are happy to tell you that happy hour is back.
Yay!
On Saturday. Yay, yay, yay. At our normal time of 10 o'clock. Mr. O does have to go to work that afternoon, but we will be there for a solid hour. doing what we do best, giving one card for each person and giving a positive, uplifting message for each.
I brought back out my tarot at the end of the rainbow, which I'm using for Kara's reading. All right. So it's about spring and summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should we do 2 and 2?
Sure.
Let's do that. Spring, summer, spring, summer. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. So that'll be spring? That's right.
All right.
Interesting. All right, so we have the sun in the spring. Everybody wants that. I'm just looking forward to sunnier days. And then we have the Four of Pentacles reversed, which is interesting to me. And what kind of Lenormand do you have for that?
The Rider
Okay.
and the Ring. So it's sort of like
Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was a compass.
committing. I know it looks like a compass,
Yeah.
but it's like committing. And of course, that could be directioning, committing to the movement towards the message or the thing that's coming towards you.
Well, you know, I think the spring is all about what do we do in the spring and sometimes in the winter. Cleaning, or in the fall. Spring cleaning. You know, letting go of things that no longer serve you, that no longer you need, that you're just holding. You know, I don't want to say hoarding, Kara, but you know, you're hoarding it. I said I didn't want to say that, but seriously here, and this could also be mental or internal spring cleaning as well. I think your success lies in that, and that you will feel lighter, you will feel better, you'll feel more joy if you can do some, you know, refreshing. And I like to think of it as cleaning too. I just get the feeling it's more cleaning too. I feel here, you know, I can't rule out another thing here though, that this could be a time for you too to maybe focus more on your physical well-being, that maybe there are certain habits or things that you need to let go of as well in order to feel more vitality and energy going into the spring.
You're letting go of the things that maybe are inhibiting your ability to see where to go, to see the direction, or to commit to that direction.
And so what are the Lenormand for those?
Okay, let me move
Oh, wait,
these.
that's right. Gosh. So it's the Rider and the Ring. You need to commit to moving on this. You know, you need to commit to moving on this. And you know, it's interesting to me. I know that it's funny. I brought up the health factor. I know you've been talking about going to doctor recently. I remember seeing a tweet today about that. And so I can't help but wonder here if maybe you're going to have to commit to something because you know, you got a message from a doctor or something that is making you do so.
They want to take out your gallbladder.
No.
Maybe that's what you have to lose.
So where'd you get the gallbladder from?
I don't know, it just popped into my head.
I don't think he was serious, but maybe.
Semi-serious.
Semi-serious.
I had to have it done.
Yeah, so.
I lost it.
I know.
I gave it up. I let the sun shine in there. Well, no, I didn't do that, but
I don't know what it is, but I think it could just be something that could make you feel more energetic and better, you know, about your, you know, in your life, healthier. So, like spring, let's look at summer quick. We have the King of Cups reversed. And we have the Queen of Wands reversed. And what do you got with that?
The Mises.
No!
Watch Victoria show up now.
The mice.
And the fish. Mice and fish. Good golly.
Well, this is kind of an interesting combo here. I get the feeling that you are disappointed in not being seen in some area in your life, whether it's with romance, whether it's with, whether it's just wanting others to recognize you, to see you more, and it's disappointing. You almost feel as though you're invisible, and you want, it's definitely weighing on you. The summer just seems to be a time where you have to work harder at getting the attention, or the recognition you feel you deserve.
I think you feel that there is maybe something, maybe you don't know what it is, but that you feel there is something that does really go to the heart of this, that stops you from being more outgoing or more confident in yourself. It's something that maybe is annoying, so maybe something about yourself. It's something that you don't like that you feel stops or inhibits you. And I'm going to say it's mostly like a feeling that maybe you don't feel confident enough about something, your ability to be charming or your ability to be assertive in trying to get out there again. And part of that, I think, is just the idea that you just have to do it. You have to get out there into the public. That's the garden, right?
No,
that's the fish. Whoops. But that still has a sense to me of really pushing yourself in a way to think about how you can really, be successful, how you can find the other fish in the sea. And partially that's working through this sense of not feeling confident.
Well, I think truly your best season is spring in order to get things done and be successful, and maybe to, make some inroads in your life. I think the summer you have a bit of setbacks, and I feel here too, some of them could be financial. You've got the mice here, right? And what is the mice about? Petty stresses, losses, little things that disappear, like money that, you wanted for something else is not available. So you're going to have to watch your money in the summer you're spending. And also maybe it's possible what this is saying is you may have to spend a little bit on your health care in the summer. Maybe there's something that comes up that's going to cost you a little bit of out-of-pocket stuff. And the only other thing I can think of here is that it may be that summer is just a time where you're going to feel annoyed by a lot of little things. Little things can add up to big things if we let them. Try not to let them stress you out so much, because usually with where the mice is concerned, these things are usually just temporary. So that's what I have for you. Stick with spring. Good luck with that, Kara.
Okay, and we are on Valerie now. And thank you, Valerie, for waiting. Thank you for your donation.
Thank you so much, Valerie.
Very generous.
So what is the question?
The question is that they mentioned there's a person whose name is Dele Ladell is interested to buy their land in Lagos. Will they buy it?
Okay. Let's do 3 cards and see what we get. And if we have to do a yes-no to clarify it, we will.
Okay, so do you want to co-shuffle with me?
Yes. Why that deck?
Because it's there.
Okay. I'm only going to read it upright or reverse, though. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't know for sure exactly what will come.
I know. It'll be interesting. I may change my mind. He's using his Tarot of Oppositions, which is a very interesting deck. And actually, it's supposed to be a shared deck.
Right. It's our deck. So I really only have 8.5, and she has 9.5.
Wait a minute.
Well, you had 9 decks, and I had 9, but if one's really both of ours...
I was thinking in general that's supposed to be a shared
Should I cut it evenly, or what? I'll need a really thick knife, too.
Oh, to cut the cards? You're funny. That's so funny, I forgot to laugh.
Where did the candy go?
Oh, funny you should ask. I didn't think it should get sunny here in it, so I didn't leave it on the table. I left it by me. Would you like some?
Yes, please.
You sure you're going to be able to talk after?
No, but I still want it.
You seemed all choked up on the last batch. All right. I'm going to cut him, Mr. O. Let's see what we have for Valerie on this.
So the first card is the reverse Knight of Cups. The second card is the reverse Star. And the reversed Hierophant.
Okay. I want to throw these other two cards before we start reading these. I want to see the perspective these give Valerie. Let's see.
So a house, and of course we are talking about property. I don't know if there's a house on the property. And the bouquet.
It could just indicate property,
Right.
let's just say.
Okay.
Or land.
I want to go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I feel that those top three tarot cards do tell a story in a way. I get the feeling that this person, Lideli, may not buy it or may try very hard to get you to lower the price perhaps or to change conditions.
Change conditions,
of some sort. The Knight of Cups reversed, Knights are comings are going, so they may really try to indicate that they're not so interested, or they may be telling you something you don't feel really good about. You know, the Knight of Cups is emotionality that maybe doesn't feel good. The Star feels like they're trying to tell you that maybe they don't feel there's value that you're indicating there, or that they don't want to accept that value. But to me, the kicker is that Hierophant reversed over here on the right in the corner, because I think what that's saying is that they're really trying to convince you that they don't need this, they could do something different, and so they're really trying to make you feel like you should really accept them because you may not have any other offer, you may not have any interest at all.
Well, this is really an odd reading, which is why I do think we will also add a yes/no onto it for you, Valerie. And you gave us a donation, so I definitely want to clarify this for you. But yeah, there are some issues here, but it may still work its way out. I think they definitely want to do something unorthodox or have you make some changes, as Mr. O had said. That seems kind of evident here. And I feel as though with the Knight of Cups reversed, you have to be careful here that they're not trying to pull a fast one of some sort on you. Sometimes the Knight, can be a fast talker, a smooth, kind of a smooth talker, and try to manipulate, your feelings about this for their own advantage. In other words, they may say, well, you'll never sell this property unless, you sell it to me and give me the conditions I want. So I would be careful that they don't try to manipulate. That's just an example. That they don't try to manipulate you in some way. And with the Star reversed here, it's indicating a lot of uncertainty, with the future of this. I do feel here, though, that this is so positive. And that's why I say we have to do the yes/no, because this is such a positive sign here that either this person really does want the property badly. I feel they do. They feel it would bring them joy. So I do feel they want it. I also feel here that, this land means a lot to you. And so I feel that you should settle for anything less than you feel that it's worth. When I see these two cards together, I feel that strongly, that this means a lot to you. It's not just about the money. Of course you want to get the fair shake, but it means so much to you that you feel you deserve what you're asking for it. So there may be a conflict here, and so what I want to do is do a yes, no, and see what we get.
I just wanted to say finally too, is it possible that maybe, some of your own feelings are unresolved about, like, you need to sell it, but there's still like maybe a little bit of a pull on your heart, because as Banshee mentions, maybe there's something about it that's still important to you. Maybe it has memories or something like that. And so maybe that's why it does move to the area of being unorthodox, because maybe you actually will come up with something more creative way to solve the problem. I can't tell you what that might be, but that may be saying that element is that there's something that could change. So we're going to do one more thing that maybe will give us a more clarified yes or no.
And it might be a maybe again, but we might get some more detail here. So do you want to use that deck? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So I don't know if you've been having some worries about this person and if they're serious or not, or if they've been trying to haggle with you about price, it probably, there is something up there. And I would say that you should hold out if you're not getting what you want from this person. But if you really just want to unload it, I think they're willing, but they may try to change, some of the conditions on you. All right. Cut them. All right. Oh, yeah. Maybe Violet. We'll see. I mean, there's only 2 people left plus you. If one person comes in, I might take them. No?
It's leaning towards no. So we did the yes or no, and it looks like it's leaning towards no. You have the reverse Knight of Wands, 1 ace, which doesn't mean anything, and you have the upright Magician. So it's kind of funny because you have a reverse Knight of Wands and then you have an upright Magician. And the reverse Knight of Wands maybe talks about not feeling sure enough of maybe how to proceed or of where exactly your direction is or how to assert yourself or things like that. But the Magician is that kind of personality, somebody who really is a capable personality who seems to know their direction and know how to employ things to move in that direction. But it is leaning towards no. There's only maybe, according to this, a smaller possibility of yes.
Which is interesting to me. I feel here with the Knight of Wands that either this person may back out of the deal or you may decide not to sell to them. I get the feeling there could be some delays or some some actual movement away from this person buying your property. Now, I feel here that this is basically saying you should be determined and you should stand up for what it is you truly want here. And also, if this person has been waffling, if you're asking us if they're going to buy the property because, there's been a lot of uncertainty, I think that it's probably not going to happen. I think here that you just should be able to just, you have everything you need, I feel here, with the Magician here, for you to manifest a buyer who will take the property if this person does not. That's what I feel here is, what I think is, if this deal does not work out, which looks likely, you will find a buyer. You will find a buyer.
I'm not really sure if I understand what you're saying there, Valerie, but I do feel I agree with Banshee here that it looks like maybe this person won't be the one, but it feels like that will happen, though. It's just not going to happen most likely with this person.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at what you wrote there, and I'm a little confused, too. You wanted to know if if this person was going to buy this land, correct? So that's the way we did the reading, and I think that this land must be important to you. You said originally from people you bought it from. I don't know what that, I'm not sure I understand that question. But what I do think here is when you asked before if they would buy your land, it's just not looking like it's going to be an easy sale if it does happen. It looks as though this person is going to have demands or want to make changes in the contract or the sale price or something that may or may not be agreeable to you. So I think that ultimately you will be able to sell the land, but it may not be to this person.
And that ace in the center there maybe indicates that idea that this deal is not going to work out. It may look like it's going to, but it looks like something will ultimately change the deal. You won't be able to come to terms with that. And that's probably good for you because they probably would have made conditions that maybe you would have regretted ultimately if you had agreed to them.
So, you might want to think about this, and you might want to go back, after we're done here. We are pretty much done, I think, just to reread it, re-listen to what we said and see if that makes sense to you. And, we will be back here on Sunday, and we can, if you have any further questions or you want more clarification, we could, approach this again on Sunday as well. And, you don't have to donate. You've already donated to us, so thank you. And we'd be happy to answer, more and look at this in more detail. But right now, conditions do not look favorable that this person may try to change the contract or the agreement. So I wish you luck with that. And feel free to come back and tell us what happened, too. We'd be curious to know if we were right or wrong. Sometimes, we can't always get it right. So that's not to say not to try to sell to this person, but it may not happen. I wish you luck with that.
And you're welcome.
Hey, Anthony.
General reading.
All right. I'm going to use the unfolding Path Tarot. Can I drop cards? No. Okay.
Hello.
Well, as things settle down in Cali, weather-wise, I hope so. It looks like you guys may have had a cold front moving through there, maybe? I'm not sure. We had some tornadic activity in the state. Oh, did it?
The Zoom. Yeah, those can be a little awkward.
Hey, as long as you weren't sitting there wearing boxers, Anthony. I've been seeing some horror stories about people in these Zoom meetings.
Usually the thing about Zoom that everybody has to buy into is that unless you have some really nice lighting stuff, you're bound to not look in your best light, to whoever, and vice versa.
Good.
It has been a little cold. 65. That would be warm for us. We had that yesterday. We thought oh, this is pretty nice.
No, the day before.
The day before, okay.
Yesterday it turned cold. We've had a crazy roller coaster weather ride here. We had at least 2 tornadoes in the state too from the storms.
Excuse me.
All right, let's see what we've got. But it's going to start warming again. It's going to be in the 40s tomorrow, but 50s, 60s by the weekend, and it's going to look like it's going to balance out to the 50s going forward for a little bit. Well, got the Knight of Swords here, upright. We have the Star, upright. But we have the Ace of Cups reversed.
Lenormand. The Coffin. And the Ways. As in crossways, I guess, right?
Interesting. I don't know. There's good here, and I'm trying to rationalize that Ace of
I
Cups.
think I said 8.
It's the Ace. I
Whoops.
said Ace of Cups reversed.
Like 8.
No. It's almost as if maybe there's some disappointment in something getting off the ground or getting started. Maybe something that you thought would bring you joy is not panning out this week. Again, I'm wondering here if I'm seeing 2 different scenarios going on. This could be in the romance department. This could be in relationships. And I could almost add the Lenormand into both of what I'm seeing here. So if it is about a relationship, I feel a decision is being made to either end something or move away from something or someone and just give up on the idea of starting a relationship with them. So something that you thought maybe might take off may not. And so the decision will be to just forget about it. Forget about it.
Okay, so that's kind of what I see too, and I know...
Okay, hold on one second. I'm not going to go into it, but these are going to be different for me.
Oh, well, I'm looking at it as a gestalt, and I sort of feel this does talk about maybe what you had mentioned a couple weeks back, that you thought maybe you were moving from a friend zone to a romance zone. I'm not so sure. I think maybe it's not going to go that way. There may be a play off of that, like maybe, there's somebody you meet through this connection that maybe has more hope for you. But I think maybe you're going to end up just being good friends. I mean, I think the Star is what's showing us that. But maybe there's not really going to be a romantic road for you. And then I'm going to jump ahead to the Lenormand and say that kind of indicates the same thing, that maybe, I'm going to let you go first because I just had a different idea. Go ahead.
Well, I want to say about these 2 cards, Anthony, I really think your interview probably did go very well.
Okay.
I think here there may be some further movement on this week. It's possible here, whether this is about that job interview or it's about something else, you may have a move or decision you have to make that could affect your destiny, your future, and it's all looking bright. I mean, with the Star here, it's all looking bright. It's up to you the move you want to make. So I can't believe you'd get necessarily an offer this week, but it's possible, like for example, maybe you'll get a follow-up call, maybe there'll be some further questions coming in or something that will make you realize, maybe they are interested in me. And again, you're going to be at a crossroads here to decide. I almost think in this case, the Lenormand applies by saying, your decision time is coming to an end. In other words, you're going to have to make a choice. You're not going to be standing in the middle of that crossroads for long on this. You're going to have to make a decision or choice.
That's why I wanted to wait it, because I suddenly realized looking at them, that's what it meant to me too, that maybe this is saying really you come to the point where you pretty much have to choose or get off the pot, as they say. And I do feel that as a general reading, maybe those top cards are not a gestalt, but could play to both the idea of the possible romantic situation you had, as well as what you spoke about tonight with your interview. This could play to both of those in a sense, really, that the idea that you are definitely favored one way or the other, but maybe it's not exactly what you want. Maybe that's what this means, is that somehow the choice is not exactly what you thought. You might feel in the beginning you don't exactly appreciate it as much, but I have a feeling it's going to change one way or the other, no matter what this is.
I feel as though this could be somebody new. It doesn't necessarily have to apply to that person, that you brought up before. This could be somebody new that you meet that you think, oh, this could be perfect, but for some reason it's not going to happen, Either they ghost you or something happens and it's disappointing. So it could be that, but it could be somebody new. And that's what I see. I see a couple of different things here. I've been doing that a bit today. But it's just the way the cards fall and make me think about them. So that's what I have for you.
Good luck, Anthony.
Good luck with that. We're on Divine You, who's got a lot going on in their life. Good grief. Will you transition smooth in the 3 weeks? All right, your deck, and what did I do with my...
Thank you, Anthony. It is good to be back.
It's great to be back. We missed you all. We did. We really did. Happy to be back. Enjoyed myself. Had a great presentation. I actually presented well. I really am proud
Yeah,
of
we're already
myself.
thinking about what we want to do next year, maybe.
We also were part of a ritual celebration, and we had to write some lines for that. It was very well received also, and it was a beautiful thing. We had a lot of fun. And
yes, Divine, you have a lot going on.
people were very friendly, including the authors that were there as well. The big people.
We being the little people.
They were awesome. And, one came up and talked to me for a while, and another one was just very accommodating. I actually bought a physical book. I don't have it in front of me here. I think I moved it on. It's on magical mediumship, and it's really about ancestral work a lot, and I love the author, and I loved her presentation. She was fantastic.
Okay, card the first. It's always what we may say to some people on occasion. You're the 9 of Cups, and it's upright. It is the 9. It's kind of
Can I
funny
see it?
because...
Oh, it is a cup, yeah, because it's up here. At first I saw that thing behind him, and I thought, is that
I'm
a
just
pentacle?
looking at the image and trying to decide it's really a 9 of Cups image. Oh, sorry to hear that about Kush.
Well, it says 9 of Cups. It's kind of odd, though.
And next card is
Oh,
the reverse 10 of Swords. And then the final one is the reversed Two of Pentacles.
Well, it says it's the Nine of Cups, so I'm
We
going to go
with
with that.
Okay.
And what is that, the reverse Two of Pentacles?
Indeed.
Okay. Well, divine, you know, you do feel like you're a chaotic mess right now. I will just say that. The Two of Pentacles here reversed, you know, just try to keep pulling it together. Try to breathe. Try to relax. You're going to feel a little bit stressed. It's clear. But, and what is that again?
Ten of Swords reversed.
That's right. But you will persevere through this. It's very clear you will persevere. You will get through this. You just feel like you've gone through, you know, that it's been nerve-wracking. And the Nine of Cups is here. So, honestly, you have nothing to worry about. You're going to have a good move. Everything is going to fall into place. Perhaps you might be just, like I said, you're feeling like you're overwhelmed right now. But I feel like you'll be able to pull it together ultimately.
You have more on your side than you think. And, you know, we do, of course, hope that, you know, you don't catch COVID from your child. But I think the Nine of Cups indicates you will luck out. You know, the Nine of Cups is a wish, is luck, lucky luck. I spent a whole week with a person in Chicago last summer, and we were very much in each other's airspace, and they turned up with COVID. I didn't. So do all the things you know you should do. You know, hopefully you're up to date on vaccines or whatever you do. But I think you're going to be okay with that. I don't think you're going to catch COVID from Kush.
I don't see that here necessarily.
I don't see that. I really don't. And I sort of feel like maybe the Ten of Swords combines with that, because the Ten of Swords is the overthrow of what is against you. And so the idea that something like this, a serious illness, could derail some of your plans, that seems to be averted. You know, you probably continue to, you know, keep your space as much as possible, keep things clean as you need to, and just stay focused with your work. When I look at the Two of Pentacles reversed, I think it does speak to the fact that this is a very challenging, busy time for you. And a lot of this feels like a struggles that are very hard on you, but you have a lot of luck and you have a lot of the ability to wait things out or to let them reverse on you. You have someone looking out for you, I think. Someone else.
Well, the bottom line here
Good
is
for you.
exactly what he said with that Ten of Swords. You can overcome this. It's like really, if you combine these two together, you're stressed, you feel like you're overwhelmed, but you've got this. That's what it's saying. You've got this and your wish will be achieved. I think also if we add this in, it's kind of interesting.
There's the child. Maybe that's Kush, I don't know.
Maybe. Because there's the family tree.
The family tree, yes.
So this might indicate get your son to help you, you know, with some things if possible. Maybe can help you pack things, maybe can help you get some paperwork together, whatever the case may be. See if they can assist you in some way. But the other thing about this is whatever it is you're trying to grow and do here, take it one step at a time. You know, don't rush yourself through this process. I know you only have 3 weeks. I get it. But try to do things in a very structured and steady, slow manner, because the child sort of talks about that.
You have a lot of my qualities in terms of that sense of impatience. I don't know if that's our astrology, perhaps, but I get the feeling like you should just, you know, deal with things as they are. Things will resolve the way they need to, Divine.
Yeah, it looks good.
And, you know, as far back as the 5th grade, and that was 1965.
Uh-oh.
My teacher thought I was too much of a worrywart. I always worried about things being done on time. Somehow I got over that. I don't know how I did. Well, I do in a way. You can do this too, Divine. Good luck to you and Kush and everybody else.
Yes. Wishing you success. I'm sure it will go well. All right. Well, you can't go wrong with the Nine of Cups here.
He will help me with nothing.
Oh.
Hey, we have a son too. We get that. Monster, I hope you're not listening.
Well, then at least if he stays out of your way. Good luck, Divine. I'm
luck,
positive
Divine.
you will do it.
I am too.
Okay. What do we got?
We
Violet Lotus.
we have
are
a star
up.
seed amongst us.
All right. Okay, what do we got? I'm starting to feel much more emotional. What guidance? Okay, Cosmic Guardian Angel have for you.
You're welcome, Divine.
You are welcome, Divine. Is it my deck? It is my deck, right?
Yes, it's your deck.
All right, I'm going to use the 4 Hexa Tarot. All right. All right. Get out of that document.
Bite me.
All right. Interesting start. 4 of Swords reversed. Uh-oh. But Justice is reversed. I think we're doing my reading, but I guess I'm laying them all out. And oh my gosh. The 8 of Swords reversed.
You want these now?
Yeah.
Fox. Sith.
Well, that's a little weird. All right, considering what I'm seeing here. So, what is the guidance? The guidance is the 4 of Air, the 4 of Swords reversed. And the guidance from your guardian angel is, get moving, girl. You got a lot of energy now. You're more revitalized. You have refreshed your soul. You know, you are ready to go. You are ready to go.
Right, the 4 of Swords really sort of sees you coming from a period where maybe you were really holding yourself back or putting yourself in a position where you could receive healing that you needed, but now that healing has occurred and you are able to kind of activate.
And so why is this important? Because perhaps you need to be out there for those people who are looking for achieving balance in their lives, you know. I think when I, you know, and especially when I see some of the messages, you know, that you have been putting out there lately, they're very encouraging. You're doing everything on a more positive, light level now, but also you're speaking with authority here. So justice is here. Maybe it is saying you need to get going, you need to get moving. And why is this important? So that you can, you know, so that you can really discern, you know, the right, I don't know how I want to say this.
Let me say it then.
Go ahead.
It's important because you are here now to re-articulate what does and doesn't work, to pretty much tell us or tell the world, tell who's listening, what it needs to be corrected.
Wow. That's sort of it. That's sort of it. I was trying to get to that you just need to, you know, be a moderating influence out there. You know, because justice is reversed here. There's so many things that are imbalanced, you know, in the world that needs balance.
So where will it go?
Well, where are things heading? I think you're finding your power more and more as you go here. You're more confident, you're moving forward. It's kind of like what I said, I've noticed really with some of your tweets, and believe me, even though it seems like I'm not paying attention out there, I am sometimes, and I see things. I just don't always respond to everything. But the bottom line is that, I feel you're approaching things with so much more confidence and what's the word I want to use? Again, I'm stuck. There's a certain word I wanted to use. You are just with authority now. You're not afraid to speak with authority.
You are moving through your limitations.
Yes.
You are casting apart your limitations. You are sort of working around them, whatever it is, whatever you felt held you back, whether it was just yourself or whether it was actual things that held you back. You are moving through those.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think you have. So why is the 6th and the fox here? Because this is, in a sense, I think what the guardian angel is saying here. Now is time to cut to the chase of the matter. In other words, focus your work now. Focus your work in some way that is meaningful to you. I think that's the message, is that they want you to cut things out that really are superfluous and make sure you are focusing your energies where they need to be.
The fox is about cleverness, so this is saying cut away the things that maybe are more superficial, and you will find yourself moving to the more insightful, clever reach that you need to continue to put out there.
Right. We can't save the world. We can't do everything. And so focus where you really feel you need to be now for your growth, and move confidently forward, because there's nothing, look at that, there is nothing holding you back now. Woohoo! Even
the spiders are moving away from you. God, I would hate spiders.
I don't like, we're witches, we're supposed to like spiders.
I don't like them very much at all.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the spiders. And for some reason, I keep getting them in my bathroom. Why is that? Why?
Why is your new roof leaking? All right. Silly. So that's our awesome reading for the awesome moderator, Violet.
Yeah, I wish you luck with that. And thanks, everybody, for joining us today. A little bit of a shorter list, but we killed most of the time anyway, didn't we?
You knew it.
We wanted to pace ourselves and just be relaxed. It's our first time back. We got to get into the flow again. So
Indeed.
I want to thank everybody for joining us today. And yes, we will be here at Happy Hour on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But now for the bad news. There's going to be an unhappy hour soon.
Ooh, are we late with it?
No. It's going to be at the beginning of March, I believe. Sometime in the beginning of March will be an unhappy hour video where we will have to tell you where it hurts and how you can turn that frown upside down.
Okay, we don't know if it's Friday. It's not Friday. That was on the unhappy hour message. But it is coming soon.
Yeah, it is coming soon. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a great night. Thanks again for joining us. Love
Thanks
you
for
all.
your donation, Valerie. Thank you.
Thank you, Valerie. And good luck with the selling of your property. And hopefully we will see you all again real soon. Bye-bye.